What's good with the fam, man? I'm back with another vid. It's been a minute, but I got my technical difficulties figured out, and we back to regularly scheduled programming. I hope y'all doing well, and we finna get into it. Today is a topic that is really home to me and really been prevalent in the lessons I've been learning lately. So let's get into it. I feel like so many times you get caught up in the mindset and caught in your intentions, and you don't necessarily know why you're doing something. But I begin to realize that when I do things for me first, at least, then I feel more motivated, just more of a desire, more of a want to get that thing and to stay focused on that thing when motivation runs out. Now, what I begin to realize is my whole channel and everything that I do is essentially for other people, for the world, to make the world a better place. And that's fine, right? But I realized on the path of that, I begin to lose myself and lose my intentions on what I actually want to create for myself. So while I'm simultaneously making this video, I'm laying the bricks and laying the foundation of this mindset to truly do it for me first, and to not depend on what I think other people will think or how I think other people will react. And I can be aware of what other people want, aware of other people's intentions, and creating a result that is there for everybody to benefit off of. But first, my intention has to be, am I doing this for myself? Am I doing this because I actually want to do it? Because I actually feel a benefit from it, feel a reasoning as to why I'm doing it, not just to appease other people. But it's an interesting topic because I like to think of it as kind of like a paradox, because you are doing stuff for other people, but simultaneously doing it for yourself. So now let's navigate our intentions and realize what we are actually trying to create with the things we intend to do, right? So first of all, I've been learning just to have a certain balance and just be aware of it. The main purpose of this channel, main purpose of a lot of things I do, is simply to spread awareness. Because now if you are aware of something, you will see it, and the light is now encompassing it, right? So with that being said, I feel like my journey is, I made a video talking about life is the most selfish, unselfish journey, and that really ties into this topic, because it's like, yeah, you're in this alone and you're on your journey for yourself, but a lot of times the things that you are doing are going to end up helping other people, and we're social creatures. It's like I mentioned in my last video, we are more similar than we are different, that we need each other, and we are all a part of the human race at the end of the day. So it's like, no matter which way you put it, you're ultimately always going to interact with other people, like I said, unless you're a hermit. But it's like the confusion came when I started putting my reasoning for wanting to help other people above my own reason for wanting to help people. And it's one of those things that's very adjacent, very underlying, very close to where you actually have to sit and think about it and be like, what do I really want, and why do I really want it, and why am I going after this thing? So it's interesting. It's like, sit there and try to create a few reasons as to why you're even doing something. Like, say you want to be rich, right? Do you want to be rich because you want to be rich? Now, that's kind of an interesting topic because it's on the fence. Like, obviously you want to be rich for you, but also for other people, right? So it's kind of like both ways on that. But it's just like putting that intention for you first, because when you're dependent on other people or your motivations are external, this is where my problem has come in. They are often fleeting, and when that motivation runs out, sometimes you don't necessarily want to complete the thing that you intended to do because you don't have no motivation to do it. And sometimes, depending on who you are or whatever the situation is, your discipline on the situation will ultimately be the deciding factor. So it's just interesting to dive into this topic and to realize that I had this realization last night, and this was what solidified me making this video. My whole YouTube channel, everything that I'm doing is funny because it's like I realized it's basically just a big letter to myself. And yeah, I'm doing this for y'all. I'm doing this to create a community. That's one of the main reasons I sought out to create my channel and continue to have the drive to make my videos. But the reason I feel like I have so much conviction and intention to make these videos is because not only am I doing it for y'all, but I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it as a letter to myself. I'm creating the best version of myself, but simultaneously creating a blueprint for the life that I like to live. So it's like I'm essentially roping myself in and basically setting myself in stone into these moments. But that's a whole nother story for another day. But it made me realize, it's like, dang, now I truly know what it means to do things for yourself and simultaneously for other people, but to do it for you first. And it's such a beautiful thing when I realize that, is because it's like I'm not only doing this for you guys, I'm doing it for me. And it's interesting, I watch my YouTube videos. When I watch them, it's like I'm looking at it as if I'm another person. Like I'm not looking at it as this is the same person talking. Like obviously I know that, but it's like it is weird. But it's just interesting topic, and to be aware of what you intend to do. And a lot of times we may lack motivation or not have a strong enough discipline, and I feel like discipline is the reason beyond motivation. And I mean that in the sense of like motivation beyond the motivation. So it's like it's an inherently built-in motivation. Even when you don't have the feeling of motivation, you have that intention so stuck in your mind that you're going to accomplish it, whatever it is you want to do, regardless of how you feel. And I feel like I've been reaching that state when it comes to making this channel. And that's why I feel like this is one of the things I'm truly meant to do, because it's so abundant on no matter which way you put it. Like nobody can watch my videos, but if I watch my videos, I can benefit from them. And one thing I realized is I make music, and I've made like almost 50 songs, but like I don't want to be no rapper. Like I do some shows, I don't have no problem doing stuff like that, but I don't necessarily want to be a rapper. I just do it for fun. But beyond that, I do it to make time capsules, to create a sense of self, a sense of who I was back then, and just to learn from myself and to be able to connect with that part of me. That is such a big thing for me. And simultaneously I'm putting it out for other people to hear. Like you don't gotta listen to my music, but it's there as an example for me doing something for me first, and also having that intention to create not for what I think other people will think about what I have to say or to appease other people, but to appease myself. And I'm doing it for me first, and that gives me so much more conviction and intention and want to do it, because my motivation is not reliant on things outside of me, but on my own motivations and my own discipline to want to create whatever it is I'm creating, and i.e. in this situation, it's music. But yeah, it's just interesting to step back and realize it's like we're doing things for other people, but to realize, are you doing this for you first? There's nothing wrong with helping other people and being there for other people. Like I said, why do you think I'm doing this right now, right? But do I want to do it? Do I actually, and not everything isn't about getting a benefit out of it, but it's kind of one of those inherent things that either you benefit or you detriment from each moment. So it's like just being aware of the way you intend to do things and the things you truly want. Why do you want them? Do you want them for what they can do for you, or how they, for example, a person, how they will react and how the results will look in that way? Or are you doing it for the intrinsic part of it, for creating, for the actual doing of it? And that leads me to another point that I didn't even take notes on, is do it because it feels good, and do it because it feels good in this moment, right? A lot of times we do things because we think they'll make us feel good in the future, but neglect the how we feel now and don't realize that how we feel now is also creating how we will feel in the future. So the ultimate message of this video is to do it for you first, and just to be aware of the things you intend to do and ask yourself, am I doing this because I truly want to do this, or am I doing this because I'm trying to appease other people? Now, there's a difference in helping other people and appeasing and trying to fit what you think other people will like, and trying to confine yourself and conform yourself in a way that is beneficial to other people but not beneficial to yourself. What is the point of doing it if it's not beneficial to yourself? Because at the end of the day, you are the only one experiencing this experience. Nobody else has the exact same experience, same perspective. Nobody's in your body viewing life as you are. So you're experiencing your experience. This is for you. I feel like the more I begin to realize, this feels like this whole universe was created for me. And I mean that in the most modest way possible, but I'm beginning to realize it's like so many things are unfolding in the favor of me and for me, for my highest growth. And even if those things don't show up as something directly positive, it's still something for my growth. And I'm learning to open and unravel the gift of each situation in each present moment, whether it be positive or negative based on my perspective. But yeah, man, the main point of this video is to live for you, to do it for you first. And there's nothing wrong with doing it for your family, doing it for your loved ones, for the people you love. But do you truly want to do it? And how do you feel when you do that thing? And just know to not waste your life on trying to appease other people and trying to fit a frame, trying to fit an idea of what you think other people will want for you, but you lose yourself trying to find yourself in these results of things that aren't necessarily certain, right? So just do it for you first and be aware of whatever it is you're doing. Am I doing this for me? And whether that be for your benefit in the moment, your benefit in the future, are you taking yourself into consideration? Because this experience of life is spent with you, yourself, in your body, and we can connect, right? We are connecting right now, but you have your own experience. So do it for you. Make sure your intentions are clear on whatever it is you want to do, and know that if you're doing something for somebody else and creating something for somebody else, ask yourself, am I benefiting from it? Am I truly wanting to do this, and not because what I think other people will feel, or do I think other people will have a certain reaction to this, and now you're living your life in accordance to trying to live for other people's results and live for other people, but in that midst of living for other people, you end up losing yourself, right? But yeah, man, let's get it, let's go. I love y'all. Doing it for me, doing it for y'all, doing it for the whole family. And when I realized I'm just an extension of the universe. I'm an extension of everything in my life. I'm an extension of you. I can connect to you via the ideas and the energy that we connect with. But yeah, man, let's get it, let's go. I love y'all. We out. Unlimited.